Hello there, welcome to the second video for Tony's Guitar Tuition Level 1. This is our first challenge that we're working on and you should have just finished doing some tab reading exercises. Hopefully you got on okay with those and your finger was going into the right position, it was getting it nice and clear and you're just getting on the right strings all the time. Now if you had any trouble, feel free to just give me an email at tonystuition@gmail.com. Let's move on. So now we're going to look at finger exercises. So if you was to do a sport, say football or rugby, and you were going to do a match, the first thing that you would do before the match is warm up. Yeah, you'd warm up, you'd do some stretches and make sure that by doing this you don't pull any muscles. Okay, now on the guitar it's exactly the same, and so many people forsake this. They don't do exercises, especially if you're self-taught, and even some teachers don't teach it, but it's so important. If you do your finger exercises, it helps you warm up the fingers, it helps you stretch them out, it helps you get them into the right place, it helps you get your fingers moving faster. Yeah, there are lots and lots of benefits of using finger exercises. I get all my students, including my advanced students, to do finger exercises. They just get a little bit more advanced exercises to do. Okay, so what is a finger exercise? A finger exercise is when you're using all four fingers, yeah, to make sure that you've got the correct position, correct fret, speed and all that kind of stuff going on, which I've just been through. It looks something like this. This is the first one that we're going to learn. Okay, so I'm using all four fingers. All right, I'm not forsaking this little finger. A lot of people ignore this little finger, but this is really, really important, especially when you get to more advanced techniques later on. So we're going to use it straight away and get ourselves used to it. Okay, so you'll see the picture on the page. I'm doing this. Okay, I've got four fingers over four frets. Now you do not need to stretch all four fingers over four frets like that. Okay, it might be quite difficult for you to begin with. What I'm actually doing is, as I play this finger exercise, I'm lifting my finger off previously and then putting the next one down. Yeah, so that way I'm not having to stretch at all. That way I'm not having to stretch. So you'll notice that my plectrum this side is all down picking at the moment. We do get into alternate picking later on, okay? But it's something I'm not going to recommend right now. That's because you've got a lot to focus on already. If you want to give this a go, you can do. We're just going upwards and downwards. Yeah, but I do have some exercises later on to really help you out with that. Okay, so let's give it a go. It says on the finger exercise sheet 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top string, then 1, 2, 3, 4 on the next string, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the next string, and so on. You go all the way to the bottom of the guitar. You want to do that 3 or 4 times. Once you've gotten yourself comfortable with that, try coming back the opposite way, with your little finger going first. Okay? Finally, after you've done that multiple times, try doing it on different frets. So instead of going frets 1 to 4, I might go 2 to 5 or 3 to 6. To get a really, really comfortable and good warm-up, you want to be doing this 4 or 5 times. Realistically. Once you've done that, we can move on to the next task. Okay, so our last part of challenge 1 are to play some guitar riffs. Now, what is a riff? It's a hook line. It's a popular part in a song that everybody recognises. If someone describe it as a repeating melody, yeah? It's something like this. Bit of smoke on the water for you. One of the riffs that we're going to play. So there's some information here on each of the 4 riffs that we're going to have a play through. Okay, so feel free to have a read through that sheet and then let's have a look at the actual riffs sheet with the tablature. Okay, the 4 riffs that we're going to play are Bad to the Bone, Smoke on the Water, Summer Nights and Sunshine of Your Love. Hopefully you've heard them all. If not, I'd recommend going, popping them in YouTube and having a listen, seeing what you think. Okay, let's have a play. Bad to the Bone is our first riff. It sounds like this. slightly different key. Okay, they're also traditionally played with chords, so they sound there's a lot more to it. For example, that's how bad to the bone is traditionally done. However, we do it this way to begin with because it's a much easier way to play and it's a good place to start. Okay, so on that tab, you'll notice it says 05030. All right, so what does O mean? Well, if 1 means finger on fret 1, O means finger on nothing. So it's an open string. So you're going to play that O, the open string, without any fingers on, and then you're going to go to fret 5. Now, which finger do I use for fret 5? Okay, so this is how it works. Your 4-finger 4 fret method follows this rule. The lowest number in that riff that does not include the 0, because that doesn't use any fingers, that is where your first finger is going to be placed. Okay, so the lowest number in Bad to the Bone is fret 3. Okay, so our first finger is going to be on fret 3. Then we follow the 4-finger 4 fret method. So your first finger is on 3, your second finger is on 4, your third finger is on 5, and your fourth finger is on 6. That means I'm playing fret 5 and fret 3 in this riff, so I'm going to play it with my third and my first finger. Like that, okay? We've got 05030, then a break, and then 00, and then a break, and then 00. Yeah, it does actually have the breaks that I say are what we call rests. Yeah, so it's not super important right now, but if you can add them in, fantastic. All I'm doing for a rest is tapping my guitar. I can tap it this end, or I can tap it this end. Or I can do it this. Yeah, doesn't matter which end you choose, okay, as long as you silence the guitar at that part if you want to put those rests in right now. Okay, that is our first riff. On to the second riff. If you need to pause this video at all to have a playthrough and get yourself comfortable with it, please feel free, and then come back in. Smoke on the Water is the next one. Okay, so that's what we've got going on. 4-finger 4 fret method again. So this time the lowest fret is number 3. So that's where our first finger is going to go, same as the last riff. But this time we are going to use fret 6. Notice the second bar. When you go up to the first line, that is what we call a bar. Okay? Up to the second line, that is what you call the next bar. So the second bar, you'll see a 3, 6, 5 in there. So your number 6 is going to be your little finger. So this is played by playing 035 with the first and third finger, 0365, so it should be a little in your third finger. Notice that your that 6 and 5 is faster than the others. Yeah. Then you've got 035 again, finish with a 3-0. Smoke on the Water. Moving on to Summer Nights. Grease. Good musical classic one for you there. So this one sounds like this. Oh yeah, I'm not a singer, by the way, I'm a guitar player, just so you're aware. Moving on to this one then. So first of all, our lowest number in this riff is 5. So that is where our first finger is going to go. Okay, then you've got 7. So you're going to use your third finger there, because 6 would be your second finger. So I'm using my first and my third finger. Now, notice it says 005577. But there are large gaps between the O and the O, the 5 and the 5, and the 7 and the 7. Doesn't sound like this. 005577. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, so you need to put those gaps in there. O, then 05, then 57. And then finish 757 and finish with a 5 at the end. Voila. Have a play at that one. Let's move on to the final riff. Sunshine You Love by Cream. Classic one, bit of Eric Clapton. Can't go wrong with a bit of Eric Clapton. If you don't know who he is, have a look. Look him up. Does some amazing, amazing guitar stuff. Okay, so Sunshine of Your Love. This one follows our 4-finger 4-fret method, but in a slightly different way. You'll notice that the lowest number in this riff is 3, but the highest number is 12. And between 12 and 3, we don't have that many fingers, so that ain't going to work. So what we have to do instead is look at our 12 and look at our next number 10, okay, and say, can we fit our 4 fingers between those? Yes, we can. Can we fit between 12 and 7? No. Again, too many. So that means that we take 10 as our lowest number, okay? So you're going to go 10, 11, 12. So that means I should be, for this start, using my 3rd and 1st finger. Like this. Okay? Then I'm going to move my hand position. Okay, so 7, 6, 5 is the next section. Again, between 7 and 3, too many frets, not enough fingers. So 7, 6, 5 is our next. So that means 5 is our lowest number. So you can have 1st finger on 5, 2nd finger on 6, 3rd finger on 7. And to finish, you've got an O, 3, O, all 1st finger. So you move your hand position 3 times. Notice that the walk down 7, 6, 5 is slower than all the other notes. And that is Sunshine of Your Love by Cream. You may notice that it is played in a different pitch, like I mentioned earlier. Okay, we're playing it in that top string, that pitch, because it's an easier place to start. So there are your 4 riffs. I hope you enjoyed the first challenge. Have a good play through those. Feel free to send me a video of you playing them. I'm more than happy to send back feedback and advice, and enjoy them. And I will see you in the next video for our open chords.